Okay, I also want to talk about some very important things on what happened to Vianney, what Double Azzadori, Paul and Court, William Guru, Killerman did to Vianney with the help of Adam Levine. Of course, there's a game of three. Then would be Klein Hell. So remember the Nirvana band, Chris Novoselic, Chris is Paul Walker, all right? Dave Grohl is Adam. And remember, there's so many type of David, Avon, John, Robert, and their name. That's why I made those pages where people have similar names and numbers. And anyways, I want to talk about what Paul Walker and Kurt did to Vianney, their shapeshifter. Remember, in this video, they're actually just showing Double Azzadori. It start off with Paul Walker and Kurt, what they did to Vianney, how they flipped her. What happened? Did Vianney really die? They just did something to her. So it was a game of three, Paul and Kurt and Adam. But in this video, obviously, I believe they're just showing Double Azzadori, Paul and Kurt. Remember, that's why I put on the banner Double Azzadori, Paul and Kurt. Their shapeshifter. It's all based on chess. I understand that not everybody can play chess, but I was trained by a real chess master, by my real Kennedy brothers' father. I become a real chess master, and against the fake chess master, Double Azzadori and Adam. It's a game of three. So I have to explain this, what happened. Imrah is my brother Akram and Jason. Imrah is the Kennedy Kurdys Rozh brother, Jason his brother. So Imrah is Akram and Jason. You obviously see what was happening in this song, what they did to Vianney. They stole her bag, meaning they stole part of Vianney. It's like a car. They steal you from yourself. Alright, so invisibly I kind of give you an idea what kind of, they come in so many different forms. That's another form they come in. They're shapeshifter. They come in so many different forms. That's the other form they can come in. You obviously see before they get inside the house, they're already shape-shifting. So the pieces, pieces on the chessboard. All right, shapeshifter. All right, this is Double Azzadori. So, yeah, there's all pieces on the chessboard. Raw, horses, knight, and I have to explain it all later on. This goes way deeper. So this is based on the music video from Imrah. Imrah's Kennedy brother, Jason Akram, and Kennedy Kurdys Rozh brother, Jason his brother. So that's a very interesting music video. So they were showing when they're inside the house, they're possessing these kids in the house, like Kennedy kids, right? So I took those photos of the video. What was happening to Vianney? Who was in the house? Who was possessing these kids? It was Double Azzadori. So when they're inside, when they're outside the house, they're shapeshifter. This is their form. This is the other form they can come in. Their form is shapeshifter. I also show you the other form as well, flashing lights. And then when they come in, they possess the kids in the house. They're not these kids. They were possessing these kids. I believe, I don't know which kids of the Kennedy kids. I have to figure that out later on. So I'm still doing research. But Vianney is still alive. And Paul and Kurt and Adam are very terrified that it's going to be exposed. Everybody's going to know what happened. All right, they flipped her. So if you don't understand the numerology, what I'm exposing, don't worry. You don't have to play chess to understand it. I can make you see. All right, so they're inside the house. This is Vianney, guys. Something happens and part of her dies away. Well, they stole it. She's still alive, but they stole part of what's happening to her. You can see that from the song The Feeling from me, Justin Bieber. Something happens to her. Halsey is Vianney, it's not Helen. And that these three girls in that song is a part of Game of Three. That's not my Kennedy sister. Remember, I have we're three Kennedy sisters, Vianney and I and Helen. Where Vianney and I, Kennedy Kurdys Rozh twin sister Rosemary. Jacqueline Bouvier, but part Rosemary. Vianney is Rosemary, and Helen is Jane Kennedy. So the Nirvana band, Paul and Kurt and Adam, has these three girls coming toward us, the three Kennedy sisters. It's a game of three, and then part of it to steal three Kennedy brothers. Well, fourth Kennedy brothers will also give you number three. So we have 3, 3, 3. Three Kennedy Kurdys Rozh brothers was 4 actually. 3 Kennedy Kurdys Rozh sisters, and 3 Judas. The Nirvana band, Paul Walker, Adam and Kurt, Double Azzadori and Adam, Klein Hell. So anyways, this is Imrah is Akram and Jason. So what was happening in this video, they did something to Vianney, but she's still alive. You see actually the gun, they're exchanging the gun. They're coming as the gun, giving it to Vianney to take the pin, you know. And so I also made photos to make fun of Paul Walker and Cord later on. I have to explain that later, what Paul Walker did in 2013. So anyways, this is a very deep music video on what happened to Vianney, and it's all based on chess. I would say the final game from Searching for Bobby Fischer. Alright, Bobby Fischer is not Kurt or Adam or Paul Walker or any of the Judah School or Sean, any of the, Bobby Fischer would be Kennedy. Okay, so things are just a little misunderstood, or should we say twisted. So anyways, so they come in, they're shapeshifters. They come in, shapeshifter Paul and Kurt. They're showing double Azaduri, guys. 2 double Azaduri, Paul and Kurt. Okay, part of Lola Sanchez. So they did something to Vianney, obviously, and they stole her back. So I have to explain all this later on with this very same music video. This is Vianney, guys. Hold on, let me show you. This is Vianney. This is Vianney. So I also want to show you very interesting photos from this video. Where is that? Oh, the last where you see the 2 masked men. You can also see from my song. Oh, what do you mean? There's so many type of what do you mean version, guys. I misunderstood, and I re-explain it. Exina Dili is Vianney. I'm trying to go save her, and this fake security guard is Double Azaduri. 3 masked man is Paul Walker, Adam, and Cord. So you see the 2 masked men in this video. Let me show you. Where is it visible? I think this one would do. Vianney is running away from this masked man. Obviously, this is Paul Walker and Cord as Double Azaduri. Do you see these 2 masked men? They already did what they did to Vianney. So Typhon, remember Typhons? Remember that song Dura Dura? You see 6 of them, but it's actually 3. I don't know who's these 6, but they're showing Dura Dura. They're these Typhon, these transgenders. So they did something to Vianney. So something happens. She's still alive, but something happens to her. If they're alive, these Judas alive too, well, they know who they are, where they come from. Alright. But these, you obviously see at the end of the music video, Double Azaduri, 2 masked man as Paul Walker and Kurt, William Greer, Roy Killer Man. In this music video, they start off with, you know, it's a game of 3, but they did that to Vianney. So they get a portion of what they stole from Vianney, the car, from us. They stole. That's what they call us sometimes money. They stole the money. They emptied her bank. So they stole her bag. They stole her from herself. They want to become a woman, not just any woman, but Kennedy sisters, brothers. They don't want to be Kennedy brothers, but they still steal their bag. It's a game of 3, 3, 3. They want to actually be a woman, so they just steal part of the Kennedy brothers, not because they want to be a man. They want to be women, but they still steal their bag. Okay, so that's what is called money sometimes. In this case, money is us, the Kennedys. So they stole Vianney the money. So this was done by Paul Walker and Kurt Cobain, Double Azaduri, William Greer, Roy Killerman. Will be still part of Emina, Lola Sanchez, Princess Diana, but it's the Nirvana band. It's the game of 3. So Adam later is involved. It could possibility Adam is involved, but they're showing Double Azaduri, 2 masked men. So in What You Mean song, Vianney is Ixina Dili. I'm going to save her. And they're showing 3 masked men in that one as the Nirvana band, Paul Walker, Kurt, and Adam. So we have Double Azaduri and Adam. Alright. But in this song, it obviously was done by Double Azaduri, Paul, and Kurt. They were after Vianney. So they stole something from her. She's still alive, but she's flipped. She's not what she was before, but she's at least alive. She really is alive. My family, some part of my family do not want to believe it, but she's alive. Actually. Alright, so that's it. But I got a lot more stuff to explain later. A lot more. How they raped, how they enter people's bodies. All my Kennedy brothers, sister, real parents, and even the Kennedy kids. I have to explain that how they raped these Kennedy kids. You know, though they can possess them, go inside their body to do whatever they did, but they can also rape invisibly. I have to explain. They come in so many type of forms. Do you see their shape-shifting forms? Energy, flashing light, ghosts, they're shapeshifters. Alright, so I have to explain all that. And some videos I'm not going to be able to speak in you know, it has to be in my language because it's a little bit too much for me to explain what they were raping these kids, boys in that family. So it has to be in my language. Guys, I also want to explain something very important in my upcoming videos. Okay, some stuff that, remember, this not government, has nothing to do with any government. This is just people gather and want to be women. They feel like they were not born to be a man, and they feel like they're women, so they can just steal people's souls, whatever, from themselves, you know, so they become a woman. But this has nothing to do with any government. This is just people get together and do whatever they do. It's a game of threes based on numbers, symbols. It's all mathematic. I'm not saying math you kill sharp. Mathematic is mathematic. It's based on numbers, symbols, and colors. It's like a magic. So they all do that, and I know all that because I play chess. And when I say I play chess does not always necessarily mean Lola Sanchez, that Pawaka and Sukur, Dabla Zaduri. Sometimes I did say that. You know, there's different type of lives. Anybody could be alive, you know. But Lola Sanchez, that's what they were saying, Lola Sanchez. Anybody could be a game, guys. Don't get confused. Alright. So I got a lot of things to say. Some videos I cannot speak in English. And the other video I'm going to explain what happened to me personally, me and Carol. My friend Carol Doe. It's not Carlos Areza, as Adam, or any of these Judas. Paul, Cor, or anybody. Sean or Scooter or anybody, you know. But Carol was referred as Vianney, so I have to explain what happened. She witnessed also when Paul Walker shows up at my house in 2013. He was there to murder me, kill me, just like what they do to Vianney. Steal her from herself. Alright? Kidnapping does not necessarily mean they're my brother, Kennedys, and that Cassandra at all. You know? They're not. They're not my Kennedy twin brothers. John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Akram, and Jason. They're masked man. They were trying to be just for the show. They're not. They're not, guys. They were possessing the family members. Alright. So, anyways, don't misunderstand that the TV series. You know, that TV series, remember there's a fake doctor. Kurt says he wants to be that invisible man. He wants to be a doctor, like Farman, Hassan. They were like, in that, obviously said they're doctors and all that. That's what Kurt wants to be. There's an interview, Kurt Cobain, I want to be that invisible man. He wanted to be a doctor, not just any doctor where they mix human DNA, a bunch of DNA, they steal people's stuff, they do all these satanic things. You want to be this fucking fucked up doctor. They do all this experiment on anybody, you know. That's what Kurt wants to be. So, and that Sandra, Kurt is that doctor, not Dr. Ferman. Remember that Saul Martinez, the doctor, that's Kurt Cobain, but they're still Lola Sanchez. They're still Double Azaduri. You know, Amina, Princess Dana, and Hector was Avon. That's not Avon. Sabih Hassan Avon. There's so many type of Avons. There's Avon as Akram. There's Avon as Jason. There's Akram. Anybody can have Avon name, okay? But that Avon, Hector is Paul Walker, but they're still Lola Sanchez, Princess Dana. Remember, they're double Azaduri shapeshifters. They can come in any form. Okay, so that is what. And Veronica Corte was Vianney. Erica was Ivana. Shkriya. Patricia Kennedy. That's not Patricia mother. There's like a Patricia mother, and there's Patricia Kennedy Kurdys Rozh sisters. So don't get confused. So I'm just saying, you know, in Cassandra, it's a lot more respect I have for the TV they dedicate to my family, but it's still twisted. They're also showing how these shapeshifters, they're possessing everybody in the family. Kids, the real parents, brothers, sisters. It's not a joke. Once they get into anybody's body, they have fully control over however they want to control that person. It's like a car. Who is going to drive the car? You take the key, and whoever's going to drive the car, they can do whatever. Drive it to anywhere they want, do whatever with a car. So that's what they did with Vianney. Vianney did not kill herself. They swallowed something in her throat by force, invisibly, when they were possessing the kids in the family. Remember? Once they enter anybody, they have fully control to that person. So it doesn't matter. They're shapeshifter. They can enter one body to another in the family. So that's what they did. So this give you an example. The masked man. So in that "What Do You Mean" song, Alexina Daly is Vianney, guys. It was Vianney. She's still alive. So I'm going to save her. Me, Justin Bieber. Alexina Daly is Vianney. Part of me, Rosemary. Remember the Kennedy twin sisters? Alright, I'm Jacqueline Boiver, but Rosemary Kennedy, it's me and Vianney. So Paul and Cord were coming after us, that Kennedy twin sister. Alright? So they already stole part of Vianney, and that in 2013 Paul wanted to do the same thing to me. So if you look at the What Do You Mean song, that fake security guard, that's not Brad Pitt, guys. It says it's produced by Brad Fairmont. So John Leguizamo talks about Brad Fairmont, how what happened. It was produced, remember? So don't get confused. Anyways, you see the masked man, 3 masked men is Adam, Paul Walker, and Cord Nirvana band. So we have Double Azaduri as Paul and Cord, and then Adam. So we have William Greer, Roy Kellerman, and Klein Hill. Remember, it's a game of 3. So you see that in What Do You Mean song. Alright. But that's that. So in that song you see 3 masked men. In this one is you see 2, it's Double Azaduri. Okay? Alright, so that's it for now.